Biscuits and Blurays podcast, where we watch Blu-rays and the biscuit sits on a throne of lies.
No, I don't.
Host James and Jade, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
What?
That's what you say at Christmas.
That's not what we say at Christmas. When have you ever said that around to someone?
Everywhere.
Merry Christmas, ho ho ho.
Everywhere.
Unacceptable behaviour from you. Yep, it's our Christmas season. We don't do this all year round.
Do you know why? Christmas happens once a year.
Not if you get on a plane and travel in time.
It's still going to be the 25th of December. I had to remember that.
Yeah.
I nearly said the 21st. I'm thinking, what date's that?
Are you excited for Christmas?
I am excited for Christmas.
You weren't excited for Halloween this year, and I'm hoping that doesn't carry on until Christmas.
You've been going on about this for ages.
I just think it's important that we know that. Halloween's better than Christmas.
Yes, you're right. But I am in a Christmassy mood this year. However, it is a bit difficult to get in the mood when the weather is as horrible as it is.
We are recording in a tornado right now.
A tornado was touched down in the UK today.
That's Wizard of Oz related.
Oh my god. Somebody's been to see Wicked and now he's going through something.
I get it, yeah. But anyway, Christmas is the time of year. Yeah, so last year we did maybe 4 Christmas movies.
Yeah, I think so.
What did we do? Home Alone's?
We only did the one Home Alone, didn't we?
Yeah, Home Alone's.
Gremlins.
Gremloo. And...
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way, yeah. And there was another one.
There was another one, but I can't remember which one it is.
Anyway, this year, we're just going to do 3, because we figured no one's going to listen to a Christmas one after Christmas.
Not really, no.
So, that's the Golden Biscuit Awards. Mm-hmm. Are you prepped?
I've been prepped all fucking year for this.
We'll talk about it in that episode, but yes, you have been. But Christmas, we've got, this year, we've got the Polar Express. We also have Deck the Halls, family favourite, I guess. But we're starting off strong with F.
Elf.
Elf. This is considered a big Christmassy favourite.
Yeah, whenever it rolls around to like the October stuff starts coming into the shops, when we start seeing all the autumn stuff, you then also start to see Christmas and you see a lot of the Buddy the Elf stuff. Have you seen everywhere?
This is off topic, but well, maybe not. Have you seen that new... You know the statues in like B&M that you press? Mm-hmm. B&M is like the best store in the world. Anyway. And then it sort of like makes a noise. Mm-hmm. There's a life-size Buddy the Elf.
I don't think I want that.
That looks honestly like nightmare fuel. Looks nothing like Will Ferrell. It looks Will Ferrell as in F-E.
God, no.
But he does the I love you, I love you, I love you, and it's just terrifying.
No.
Okay. You should check it out. It's really good.
I don't need to. I feel like a lot of these Christmas classics are appearing more in the shops. Like all of a sudden, the Grinch has had a massive resurgence, and it's everywhere.
Oh, yeah, but the cartoon Grinch, which I don't think many people have watched.
I think people like the cartoon Grinch because they like the image, but I don't know if they've... yeah, I agree. I don't think they've actually watched it.
Yeah.
It's just that they see the cartoon Grinch and associate it with the Will Ferrell film. Not Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey movie.
Jim Carrey movie. This is Elf from 2003. This is back when Christmas movies were released in the cinema and they actually didn't bomb. That's not the time we live in no more.
No, but they need to be... If they're going to put out a Christmas film, it needs to be one that's actually good and not made for streaming, and very obviously made for streaming. Mm-hmm. Because why a family's going to spend that hard-earned cash on a film that they're going to be able to get with their Netflix subscription?
That's fair. I'm going to piss some people off now.
Okay.
I don't love this movie.
I don't either.
I've never loved this movie.
For me, it's a mid-Christmas film.
It's so mid. Yeah, it really is. But, credit to it though, it is a bit of a favourite.
Yeah.
Because it came out in 2003, and if you think a Christmas movie, you think It's a Wonderful Life, you think your Grinches, your Home Alones.
And you think of this.
So, it's probably the latest one to go Christmas classic. Mm-hmm. Credit to them for that. Yeah,
and I think that the image as well of Buddy the Elf is really popular. People know it straight away.
Yeah. Why don't we like it then?
It's alright. I remember seeing something once. It's not Buddy the Elf, but it was Elf on the Shelf, where you can hire someone to be an elf on the shelf and just stare looking at your guests. It was a meme I saw. I hope it's real.
Okay, it better be a meme. Yeah, why don't we love this?
For me, I just find that it's a little bit... I don't know, I feel like it's a bit of a slog to get through.
It's an hour and 37 minutes long.
And you feel every fucking minute of it.
You really do. Oh my god. I think other than today, I think I've only watched it once before.
Same.
And the first time I watched it, I thought, Jesus, this is a slog. And I remember it being longer.
How old was you when you saw it for the first time?
I must have been in my teens, my late teens. Because I was like, oh, I'm not really that fussed about Will Ferrell.
I think mine was 4 years ago.
Oh, okay, so you're more recent then.
Yes, I avoided it all up until about 4 years ago when I recorded it off TV.
Oh dear. Okay.
I did a cheeky Sky Plus it, and I recorded it, and I thought, I'm going to give this a watch.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, oh, is this it?
Yeah.
I mean, no disrespect to Mr. Ferrell. The things he does as Buddy is so good. I can't really fault what he does in this.
Should we
but
talk...
the story itself, I just think he's a bit lacking.
Well, let's talk about him anyway, because he's a big name these days. Is Will Ferrell because of Anchorman's?
Yes.
And Elf.
Yeah.
That's probably about it. Step Brothers, I guess.
Yeah, people can probably name loads of his movies like Blades of Glory.
Blades of Glory, yes. Oh my god, yeah. But he started off in SNL. Have you seen any of his SNL stuff?
No, I avoid a lot of the SNL stuff.
He's really quite good in the SNL days. And I think this is his first... You know, like when people from SNL try to do a movie?
Yeah.
I think this is one of his first.
And he's very good.
He is the shining star in this.
Yeah.
I don't love him. I don't find him particularly over funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he works best when he's sort of bouncing off props and what other actors are doing. Because he's an improviser. He improvises a lot.
What word was you trying to say?
Improvisational.
Is that even real?
Yeah.
Well, spell it.
No. Yeah, but he's a improvisational comic. And this is from the director of Iron Man, Jon Favreau.
Oh. Who wants to go and destroy Lion King a bit later on.
In his professional career, yeah. But
how dare he?
But Jon Favreau has a bit of a improvised atmosphere on set anyway. So that really works with Will Ferrell's skill set. And any moment he's on screen, that he is what you're watching.
He is. I think he was done dirty a little bit for me personally by the promos and stuff for this film. A lot of it just sent me really over the top. Like that, oh my god, it's Santa stuff. I remember thinking, God, it used to cringe me more than anything else. It wasn't until I actually watched it all the way through that I went, you know what, actually he gives quite a wholesome performance in places.
Do you think he is walking the line between just being...
Yeah.
I think he maybe edges you into being annoying.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's so annoying, but it's so nice.
Yeah, he pulls you back because he can do that vulnerability quite well.
Yeah. There's one scene in particular that I said to you, I was like, that's a really good scene. And it's just the scene where he's just talking to that girl after he's gone for his DNA test or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just thought, oh, that's really sweet. That's really wholesome.
Oh, the receptionist?
Yeah. No. When he's gone to the doctors.
I don't even remember.
I said to you, this is a really nice scene. And you went, yep.
That's how I feel.
Oh, dear. Anyway, that's fine. Will Ferrell's not alone in this. It's a pretty good cast.
Yeah.
There's a problem, though, and I do want to address it, but I'll just name some people who are in this movie. Bob Newhart's in this. Good American comic. Died recently. That's sad. Zoe Deschanel. Blonde Deschanel.
She doesn't look like Zoe Deschanel in this. We've established.
Edward Asner, who I don't know if plays Santa. Do you recognise the voice?
Yes.
Okay, good. For anyone who doesn't, Google it. Mary Steenburgen. Love her. To the Future 3.
Okay.
And Peter Dinklage is in this.
Oh, he's a vibe wherever he is.
Oh, absolutely. Amy Sedaris, Andy Richter, Carl Gass. There's some good people in this. But the problem is, and it's quite a simple story, for those of you who don't know, Buddy is an elf who is actually a human, stowed away, and he goes...
He's not describing that very well.
No, okay, you take this part.
No, okay, so Buddy is a human who was raised by elves. It turns out that he managed to creep into Santa's sack. Ew.
No, there's no connotations on anything about that.
I'm sorry.
Why would you say that then?
I'm just a bad human. So when Santa gets back to the North Pole after doing his rounds on Christmas Eve, Buddy's just there. He was in an orphanage. He was given up. His mum's sadly passed away. Dad doesn't know he exists, so they decide to keep him at the North Pole and raise him as one of their own.
Yes.
However, as a human, he's very different to the people living in the North Pole because he's growing a lot quicker.
He's one big boy.
He's a very big boy, so he's very out of place. And I think the juxtaposition of those being so small and him being so tall and how the set is built,
Yeah.
it almost looks like a fun house with him in it. It's great.
This was done with a lot of forced perspective. And I think that's quite key as to the studio that made this.
Yes.
This is New Line Cinema. For those of you who don't know, New Line Cinema are a studio famous for Nightmare on Elm Street.
It's the house that Freddy built.
It is the house that Freddy built. Also, the money that they made from Nightmare on Elm Street movies went into making the Lord of the Rings movies.
As it should.
Correct. Where a lot of forced perspective cinema really found its home.
It did, yeah, with all those little models.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking Big Ian McKellen, Small Elijah Wood.
Oh no, I've actually seen some of those models in real life, and they're pretty fabulous.
Have you been to New Zealand?
No, there was like a movie thing where it was in London, and they got parts of the little miniature models that we used in the movies.
Okay.
It's only like a small selection of like little scenes, but they were really cute. I remember thinking, there's so much detail here.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of good camera trickery in this, where they make Will Ferrell look. I was going to say Ian McKellen again.
He's not in this.
He's not in this. He should be in this. I think he'd be a very good Santa.
No, his voice is a bit powerful for Santa.
Yeah, I think you're right. But not Gus the...
I nearly said just because he plays a wizard, and then I thought, but Santa isn't a wizard.
Santa is a fucking wizard.
He's not a wizard.
Doesn't even... He's magic, isn't he?
He's not technically a wizard, though.
No, it depends which iteration you go off.
He's not a wizard.
Well, I'm going to... Okay.
It's from the band Wizard.
What? Is this Roy Wood?
It all connects.
Which one's that one? Is that Merry Christmas Everyone, or is that Christmas Every Day?
Christmas Every Day.
Okay, good, okay.
But I get it correct.
See My Baby Jive. That's a
Oh
song
my
that they also
God.
made.
We've just ended up somewhere
What the
else.
fuck were we talking
I
about?
don't know.
Forced perspective.
There we go.
Yes, a lot of camera trickery to make Will Ferrell look very big and elves look like elves.
Yes.
I love that shit. No visual effects were used in any of that.
And I'm here for it.
It's all in camera. That is tricky.
There was no visual effects used with that narwhal either. That was completely real.
That is just what narwhals look like.
Hope you find your dad, buddy.
Hope you find your dad. Do you know who the voice of the narwhal was?
No.
This is going to blow your tiny little mind. The polar bear cub, sorry, not the narwhal. The polar bear cub was voiced by Ray Harryhausen.
Why?
Because why not?
That's just amazing. Like, but why?
Do you know who Ray Harryhausen is?
I think I do, yeah, but I don't.
Yeah, like the stop motion animation
Yeah.
guy. I just think that's a nice little Easter egg.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, alright, cool. I thought you'd be more impressed with
I
that.
don't get as excited about stop motion as you do.
Because it's banging.
Banging.
You've got to be patient people to do stop motion animation.
You're famously not patient, so you'd suck at that.
I never said I was going to do it, but I think people who have patience go, yeah, okay, I'm going to give stop motion animation a try. That's all I have to say about that.
Excellent.
Cool. I do like the stop motion animation in this, though. I really love the design of those. And to be fair, I like all the Christmas stuff.
I'm a little bit the opposite. I find once he's out of the workshop and he's walking around the elf village, I know what they're trying to go for, because it's all in the kind of prologue bit before the real story starts.
Okay.
They're trying to make it look like a kid's storybook.
Yeah.
And it does look like a kid's storybook, but for me, I feel like that cheapens it.
I disagree. I think it adds a charm to it, and it makes it a bit more unique.
Makes it unique, but I personally think it just looks a little bit...
Why?
A little bit poor, a little bit crap.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like it's because it takes me out massively.
But the thing is that people... This is an American movie. Mm-hmm. People in America around this time of year tend to watch that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, maybe it's just
motion.
because I'm clearly a Grinch who doesn't like
You
Christmas.
just hate stop-motion animation, don't you?
No, you know I don't hate
You like
stop
animation
motion.
fast.
No, I love the likes of Coraline and stuff like that.
Okay.
But no, I find in this, I find it really jarring.
Okay. I see where you're coming from, but I disagree.
I think it's because for me, I feel like it's so easy to end up to... There's a line with Christmas movies to Christmas TV shows where it can go into cheap looking so quickly.
Do you think this is cheap?
I think when it starts with the stuff with the narwhal and that kind of business, it starts to fall into looking cheap for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Just that bit. When they get into New York, it completely changes.
Wow, okay.
Maybe New York at Christmas just looks great.
Let me tell you for a fact, New York at Christmas does not look as good as the movies make it out to be.
How do you know?
I am a resident of New York City.
No, you're not.
Okay, I'm going to get into this, but I need to talk about this some more because I'm baffled, quite honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I love all this stuff at the start. Jon Favreau said like he wanted the set to look like those old timey movies. So like the Santa Claus and not the Santa Claus, that's the wrong one.
Mm-hmm.
Santa Claus the movie and It's a Wonderful Life, and I think they really hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, with the black and white kind of vibes with the.
It's very
with the sets.
You know that episode of Mr. Bean where he's painting his flat and he sticks like a firework in this white tin of paint.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happened on set.
As soon as you said Mr. Bean, the first thing I thought of was, look at all those guys. I can't help it.
And and it really pops with the costume design as well for the elves.
Yeah, the stuff in the workshop's absolutely fine. It's when they get out
into the snow,
and when he goes to leave and he sees the woodland creatures. It's all that for me.
So you don't think they're cute?
I can think they're cute, but I also think they look a bit cheap.
Okay, well, Christmas is cancelled, guys.
It's no different to me. It's the Destiny's Child music video.
What?
Doesn't it feel like Christmas? No, it isn't. Not that one. The Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer one, where it keeps popping into an animation. I find that looks cheap.
But that's what
personally to me, and I feel like it gives me the same vibe.
That is what they're going for.
I can appreciate it, but it's not for me. My thought.
Let me tell you for a fact. You know when movie, I'm going to name 3 movies, and all of those take place in a fantasy world, and then go to New York City.
Okay.
Enchanted.
Oh, vibe.
The Tom and Jerry movie.
Okay.
The latest one. The fucking Smurfs movie.
Okay.
You know when those films stop holding my attention is when they arrive in New York City.
That's because you are a cartoon character.
Correct. However, I just don't... Why is it always New York?
I think it's because it's such an iconic place. I think people know what it is, even if they've never been.
Okay.
I think some of the landmarks, a lot of the landmarks tend to be used again and again. It's what we've all kind of grown up seeing New York in movies. And obviously, I think a lot of people have seen Friends.
Yeah.
It appears in a lot of different TV shows.
I feel like we've gone from this really colourful, quite visually stunning, I want to say it, world of the North Pole. And then we've gone into this just drained of colour and life city of New York.
Isn't that done on purpose, though?
Yeah. I think here it works more than those other movies I mentioned. Maybe not Enchanted. I think that's a banger.
Enchanted, it was supposed to be done on purpose, wasn't it? Because I think the Evil Queen actually says to Giselle, you're going somewhere where there isn't any happy endings.
Yeah. New York City!
And initially it seems very cold and uninviting until she starts to fall in love with it.
Yeah.
And see the romantic side of the city.
When I think of New York at Christmas, though, I don't think of it's being snowed. I don't think of Home Alone 2.
Oh, I do.
New York City. I know you do, but I think of New York City also from Home Alone 2 when he goes down the house where it all takes place.
Oh, the one that's been renovated.
Yeah, where there's just like a patch of snow and it's sort of like mush now.
It depends on what kind of weather you're getting, but I suppose New York have been hit by snowy weather quite a lot, haven't they, over the last few years?
Yeah.
Around this time, so it must be beautiful.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just guess I think I see snow and I'm like, that's magical for like a second. And then it's slippy.
You're like that here, though, as well.
I know, when it snowed the other week, I was just like, oh, this is quite nice. And then it was slippy and then it was mushy. And I was like, well, this is just not a vibe anymore.
You were not my snow angel, were you?
No. And to be fair, it does make our garden look as good as everyone else's.
Oh, I know.
When it snows. I do like it when I like all the fish out of water stuff. Mm-hmm. Where they take that fish and they grab it out of water. Love that.
Some of the comedy stuff that Will's doing. That doesn't make me laugh, but I find it is quite wholesome and it's quite sweet.
He's fully invested in what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He's going for it. And it's all improv. Like, those people on camera aren't aware that they're being filmed.
Please to God, I hope he wasn't actually eating Subway
chewing gum. I think that one was maybe scripted, but the one where, like, with Santa and stuff, or when he just grabs pamphlets or something.
Yeah.
All improv.
That's great.
I think it adds to it.
And he's just so happy and joyful while he's doing it as well, and I think that's quite cute.
People like what people are passionate about, and he's passionate about Christmas, and it's a vibe.
And people as well. I think the little boy's name I forget.
I want to say Alex.
He says it later on in the film. He says, "Buddy just loves everyone."
Yeah.
And he's happy for everybody, and I think that's such a nice.
Yeah, it's a nice
and
little
that's something
message
to take away from it.
Where I will say this film really starts to lose me, and it's quite early on, is the introduction of James Caan,
I agree.
who, and I'll say it, is making the wrong movie.
He thinks he's making something else.
He thinks he's in this really, like, this drama. He thinks he's still making The Godfather, is what he's doing.
He's a vibe, though.
I think I heard rumours that him and Will Ferrell didn't get on very well. Oh, here we go. According to Will Ferrell at the movie's premiere, co-star James Caan approached him and said he felt Will Ferrell's performance in the movie was too over the top while they were shooting the movie. However, when Caan saw the finished movie, he later said he understood the energy Ferrell needed to put into his performance, and later praised Will Ferrell, saying he gave a good performance.
I think it reads as well in the performance he's given, and I think that does work.
I don't.
You don't?
No, because I don't know who else you could have got. But James Caan's not known for his comedy performance, and I guess it's not a comedy role.
No, his dad's almost a Scrooge kind of character. Remember, he's on the naughty list.
He's a naughty.
He's a naughty boy.
Yeah.
So he's supposed to be someone who's a bit what's the best word to describe it? It's kind of a hardened New Yorker.
Yeah, but that's the thing. New York gets you down.
The big cities, I think, can get you down.
Yeah.
And being in that kind of world where, especially a world like that he's in, like publishing or something where it's sales related, can really easily drag you down. 'Cause it's very money orientated.
Yeah.
Money's the root of all evil.
Oh, okay. I thought it was onion. But
Like you see him with the nun, where he says, "I'm taking the books away."
yeah. And she's like, well, I don't take my books away, I'm a nun.
But he's thinking from the money perspective, not about giving joy to others.
Yeah.
Again, money does that to people. It's a very Scrooge kind of thing. So maybe they're bringing in that old... They're taking a little bit of liberty, I think, from A Christmas Carol.
I guess.
And there's a bit of a redemption thing. There tends to be with Christmas stories.
Yeah. But I think you can still give that performance and still be in on the joke. Mm-hmm. I don't think he is.
I don't think he is. I think it reads a lot through this that he clearly...
Yeah.
Is uncomfortable around.
He looks uncomfortable. Yeah. It puts me in mind of... You've seen Batman Forever. Mm-hmm. You know Jim Carrey's in that movie.
He's fabulous.
He's great. Going for it. Balls to the wall. Love it. Full Carey mode. Mm-hmm. And he's acting against Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, who is just not vibing with it at all.
Yeah.
Same energy. Mm-hmm. I just think Will Ferrell's doing his best. You know, he's in full Ferrell mode. Mm-hmm. And then James Caan's sort of like, oh, well, I've signed up for it and I can't get out.
I can't get out of this, so someone get in touch with my agent.
Yeah. I think he is a good straight man, though, because I think James Caan, I don't think Misery, I don't think Godfather. Mm-hmm. I think of the dad from Cardo with a Chance of Meatballs.
That's because you're in that.
Correct. But in Cardo with a Chance of Meatballs, he plays a dad, again. Mm-hmm. He's really good at this. Where it's a bit more straight-laced. His delivery is a bit more one-note. But that works with that character design. Mm-hmm. Here, I don't think it works. And the rest of the movie kind of falls on it, not his shoulders, but he's in a lot more of this movie than... He
is in a lot more of this than I kind of wanted him to be. But that's the whole idea. The relationship is about him and his dad. Mm-hmm. And it's... I feel like when we get towards the end of it, he just completely seems to switch.
Yeah.
There's no kind of... I don't feel like there's a build-up to him changing.
He just changes his mind because his other son, who is very young, by the way, for however old James Caan is.
You can have children at older ages.
Yeah, I get that, but that's so weird. You know, like Robert De Niro's recently had a kid.
He's on his second wife in this film, isn't he?
James Caan?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I think meant Robert De Niro. Probably, yeah. What I do like is the stuff with Buddy in the store, where he's making Christmas, he goes to this store by accident, because he just goes there.
How do you not know that's not a member of your staff, though?
I agree. However, I do feel like if you are hiring Christmas temps, you should never really get to know them.
But even then,
and I'm speaking from experience.
But even then, he gets locked in overnight. You can't tell me there is no CCTV cameras in a department store.
This is 2003.
There'd have been CCTV.
Not in 2003.
They would.
Not in New York City, 2003.
Yeah, they would.
Okay, fine.
It's because it looked like an expensive one. I mean, when he walked in at the beginning, you've got Chanel and other makeup brands around.
Yeah.
So there's going to be cameras and stuff around that. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me he was running around all the time around that whole shopping centre and not triggering some alarms somewhere.
What would have been interesting is if he, instead of going to, is it Gimbals, the shop he goes to?
Yeah.
if he went to Duncan's toy chest.
Oh, he doesn't need any help in there. It's already fabulous.
Old Duncan.
Every kid wants to go there.
Duncan's toy chest.
Turtle doves.
Turtle dove. Oh.
That's the one thing James says every year.
That's my favourite line in the movie. You take these turtle doves, you keep one, and you give one to a very special day.
So yeah, I get the entire scene spoken to me.
I like that scene a lot.
Clearly,
It's quite sweet. There, I said it.
But it's not in this film.
We're not doing this. We're not doing that film. We're doing this film. Elf. When he sees Zooey Deschanel, she's like, is she a Grinch in this, or does she just go? Is she a bit over it?
She just gives us the deadpan performance that we're used to from her.
Oh, is that fair?
Yeah, that's what she's known for. It's that deadpan comedy, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you're right.
Like, she gives a very straight performance. It's literally like, oh my god, what's this guy doing?
Yeah. Okay, fine. But I think Zooey Deschanel is playing a typical retail worker at Christmas. Mm-hmm. But the problem is, I don't think Zooey Deschanel has ever worked retail at Christmas.
She knows that she's never worked.
I don't think it shows.
She is nowhere near as stressed as she should be.
I agree. She's blonde in this. A quick opinion on her hair. She's famously got bangs and black hair.
But this is one of the movies from the start of her career.
I want to say, is it?
It's not the very first film she did. She was in Almost Famous and...
I forget Almost Famous. This is where she was Almost Famous.
Yeah. So this is one of the first films that she did, but not the first.
I don't feel like I don't feel like this performance would lead to other performances.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I think Elf. Okay. Her next big film was Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's a pretty fair leap. Then it was failure to launch. Bridge to Terabithia. Surf's Up. Banger. That. Okay, and then Yes Man. 500 Days. Okay. And then New Girl. Yeah.
Yeah. So she really started to push herself out. So, but I don't look at this and think breakout performance.
No. I quite like her in this though.
Yeah, she's sweet. She does the job.
Yeah. However, she doesn't have time for that relationship to bond.
No, it's very Hallmark.
Well, they start off not really getting on.
Mm-hmm.
She sings in the shower. He's there.
Just listening.
You shouldn't do that ever. Don't ever do that. I think that scene's quite nice though.
It is quite cute, but I think again there's like a pureness to him.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that what he's doing is wrong as such. He's kind of like, oh, sorry, you're naked. What?
Yeah.
And you can probably see that it's genuine. Like, oh my god, He genuinely didn't think that.
Yeah.
But either way, don't do it, guys.
Don't do that. No, it's bad. And then they go on a date, and then they kiss, and the next time we see them together is at the end of the movie where it's all worked out. It's like, well, let's pick a thread and go with it. Let's not do all this. We don't care about your books not working, James Caan.
Yeah, it's really weird, their love story.
Yeah.
It's not woven through as well as it should have been.
I think they look the part.
Oh, yeah.
I think that Jovi costume and Elf costumes together is probably a good couple's costume for Christmas.
Yeah, it's cute, but her costume's no different to, I think, any old elf costume, really.
Yeah.
I think his is the costume that kind of stands out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's different.
Yeah, I think it's his hair as well. His hair has always given me the ick.
That's Will Ferrell's real hair?
It looks like it's been permed.
This is real hair.
I don't know why, but I've never liked it.
That's his real hair.
It does not have to be his real hair, but I don't like it.
Okay.
I think it's that with the hat. I just doesn't do it for me, unfortunately.
That's fair. Okay.
I know he's an elf, and I know he's not doing it for me.
Yeah. The mirrors in the North Pole?
No, I didn't see any.
I didn't see any. That'd be interesting.
I like his hair in other movies.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I suppose he doesn't wear his hair in a lot of other films. He's always got wigs on.
Is Ron Burgundy his hair? I don't think it is.
I don't know. Is it his own hair in The Producers? But although he wears a hat all the way through that.
I think that's his real hair in The Producers.
What, the hat?
Yeah. It's his own hair in Step Brothers. I know that much. Anyway, we're still talking about Will Ferrell's hair. So this whole thing with James Caan is a book publisher. Mm-hmm. And he's like, he's just signing off things because he wants to make money.
Yeah, he's cutting corners. He's lost that passion.
Yeah, you need that passion.
Feel my passion.
Feel my passion. What's that from?
It's from a stupid thing I used to have on my phone back when I was at secondary school. It was sent to me on Bluetooth.
Okay. Feel my passion.
It was some weird alien. It was really weird.
Okay.
But I used to say that.
And you've stuck with that, have you?
I don't know why. It just has.
Okay. Okay, good. Anyway, he's lost his passion. So he's going to go, okay, I need to get someone in. That's happening.
So
anyway.
invites an Absolute legend.
Now, I don't want to get bogged down in the issue of dwarfism in movies, but Dinklage is the guy.
Yeah, oh my God. He steals everything he's in.
Yeah, he does.
No matter what I see him in, he completely steals the scene.
This is pre-Game of Thrones, FYI.
Oh, he's just really commanding. He's a great actor.
Even in this, even in fucking Elf, Peter Dinklage has got gravitas. What was
even as a talking goat in Wicked?
Especially as a talking goat in Wicked. Thank you very much.
He's great, and he's just got the best voice ever.
I like him a lot. I like him in this, to be fair. I think he plays the part well. It's not too far from his part in Pixels, though.
Oh no, I find the guy in Pixels is a bit more obnoxious, isn't he?
I would.
Finger blaster.
Oh, it's so sad that you just knew his name.
I really like Pixels.
Oh dear. Dinklage did quite a lot of bit parts from this day forward. He was in Prince Caspian.
I've never seen it.
Do with that what you will. Death at a Funeral, V2. And then it wasn't until Game of Thrones, I think. Yeah, Game of Thrones. Oh, X-Men Days of Future
I was
Past.
going to say it was an X-Men. Because he's a baddie, isn't he?
Yeah, Pixels, and then I imagine Game of Thrones would have started around that time. So, I always forget he was in Infinity War. Dinklage, man. What a legend.
He looks sharp, doesn't he?
He plays this sort of... Oh, is he like the lead book idea man?
He's like a book consultant guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
They're using him to kind of brainstorm ideas.
I think it's funny that like the book world has this sort of like Devil Wears Prada sort of thing going on, where Peter Dinklage is the Meryl Streep character.
I like that. A peach is vulnerable. What?
Why is it all thingy based, vegetable based?
Kids' books.
Yeah, but like vegetables.
You want kids to be engaged? You want them to be thinking healthy?
Sorry, that's just unlocked a memory. I had a storybook of vegetables that had faces.
Was it created by Peter Dinklage?
Oh, it probably was. Oh, that guy is really going out of his way.
Well, all you have to do is think about the Aldi Christmas campaigns and stuff with the Kevin the Carrot.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fine.
People and adults like it. Adults act ridiculously for that shit around Christmas.
I don't know if we get listeners in America, so we should explain.
Oh.
There's a. Well, I'm just saying.
Right, you guys have Black Friday, where you'll all queue up outside of shops
to
try and get really low-priced TVs, things of use.
Sure, we
in the UK have a supermarket brand called Aldi that has a carrot called Kevin.
Yeah,
and he's got a whole family, and they've decided to create this merchandise for him, and every year people queue up outside the shop to buy tat, and it's absolute crap, and it ends up in all the charity shops and all the landfills.
I blame the fucking meerkat for this.
Well, they're exactly the same. There's a massive rush for people just getting any old kind of insurance to get those stupid meerkats.
Do you remember? It was like, I've got the whole set of meerkats, and it's just like they're the same people who watch Mrs. Brown's Boys.
But yeah,
I think if you're listening, I think you pictured that person in your mind.
But this is the sort of stuff that later gets donated. So whenever I go and I just want to do a bit of thrift shopping, because I love that stuff. Yeah. There's loads of it. It's everywhere, and it's like all these carrots are all in here. Who's buying them?
Also, I'll just say from an advertising standpoint, that's not alliteration. Kevin begins with a K. And Carrot begins with a C.
It's not even good. But
Calvin would have been better.
I mean, the adverts, I guess, are cute, and it's clearly captured people's imaginations. That's great, but that'll be where they get it from. Sorry, we had to rant because
we are off topic. Anyway, so yeah, but James Caan's gone signing stuff off, and he's publishing books that aren't even finished, which he'd be a very good video game designer. Mm-hmm. That's a dig at video games. All right. So here's my understanding of Elf.
Well done.
Okay, good. I watched it once. I forgot about it instantly. Mm-hmm. Recently, there's been talks of a local production of this, and I've been listening to this musical of Elf. Yes. And I put the story together from that and thought Elf was a better movie than it is. And then we've rewatched Elf, and it's shit. I thought Buddy had an input on his job. Mm-hmm. I just connected those dots in my brain. No. And that's not what happens. No. Yeah. Literally... At one point, James Caan is seriously thinking about just casting his family aside on Christmas Eve to keep his job. Yeah. But it's helped by the fact that his kid's in the room. Yeah. If his kid wasn't in the room and it was a phone call,
he'd be like, put him on hold.
Yeah. And then James Caan goes, okay, up yours. Like that. And then proper New Yorker. But I don't buy that.
No, because again, it flips on a dime.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
But also it feels like James Caan's doing that. He goes, up yours. And then the kid runs out of the room. And then James Caan looks back like, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I just did it because my kid's literally right here.
I'm going to keep him happy, then I'm going to come back and save my job.
Essentially, I'm just going to... Oh, okay, my little child. I've left my wallet upstairs. Can you wait in the cab? Goes back upstairs, finishes his pitch. Everyone's happy.
But why, not being funny, but why would you be pitching something on Christmas Eve?
Because
that late for a book that's not going to go into production till later on.
Christmas movies in particular have a storyline that works all the time, and it's overworking parents.
Yes.
This happens in the Santa Claus. Jingle All the Way is a very good example. Mm-hmm. I forget what Arnold's job in that was.
I forget as well. Isn't he like a factory owner or something like that?
No, that can't be right. No, he goes to a factory.
I thought he had like a shoe factory, but then I'm also thinking of Jumanji. He was also...
Yeah.
It's a big staple, I think, in a lot of kids' films, because I think a lot of children can relate to that. And I think a lot of parents can as well. They may have had...
times where they've missed dance recitals and stuff like that.
I think so. We're coming from a generation where a lot of parents were very hands-on, where both parents tended to work, and they'd work a lot of long hours.
Yeah.
That kind of the difference between kind of work and play. There's a lot more play now. People are thinking more about their mental health and getting out and enjoying life. I think they maybe miss some of that.
Yeah.
I feel like my mum's parents and my dad's parents were all workaholics. Mm-hmm. And I think...
yeah.
So I think a lot can see those stories and see themselves in them.
Yeah. Then, it just so happens that this is all kicked off, the end of this movie. It's purely coincidence.
Yeah.
First of all, this pitch is very late at night. Mm-hmm. I don't know how the sun works over in New York, but I'm pretty sure this isn't 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I think this is about 9 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
Buddy goes to the office and is yelled at by James Caan, so he's off and about. Mm-hmm. Then the kid walks into the pitch and then is like, okay, we've got to go. And he goes up yours. And then Santa's just there.
Yeah, so Buddy's crying on a bridge.
Yeah.
And he sees Santa. Quite early on, to be fair, in the night, really.
I would always assume that Santa did it midnight onwards.
Yeah, he seems to be doing it a bit early, but his sleigh crashes because the Christmas spirits died.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit... It's what happens in Krampus. What a different film that would have been.
Oh my God.
But I think Buddy was maybe keeping it alive because he had that belief and he's in New York keeping it alive. Mm-hmm. Him being sad and upset because his dad's rejected him, as he feels, has probably made the sleigh thermometer thing go down.
Oh God, what do they call it?
Christmas-ometer.
I want to say Christmas-ometer. Baby Jesus-ometer. Yeah,
it could be that.
Yeah. So... and I just find it so weird that all this is happening at the same time. And what a coincidence. The world's a big place. Santa's over New York, exactly where you need to be. Jog on.
And he crashes into
Central Park.
In Central Park.
Which, of course...
Which is so big, by the way. People forget just how big Central Park is.
He landed on that pigeon lady from Home Alone 2.
Damn it.
She's dead now. I find it so baffling that this film is sort of... It needs a conclusion. And the only way to do it is just like, okay, and then fuck it, Santa rocks up.
Yeah, they try and raise the stakes a little bit by going, we've got these... we've got the guards coming...
Yeah.
Coming into Central Park to try and find out what the commotion is with something falling out of the sky.
But there's a news report. And
you can't tell me the military won't be all over that shit.
Oh, God, absolutely. The Baby Jesus-ometer would be used for national security, I assume.
If something like that, an unidentified object fell out of the sky in Central Park, the military would be there in a heartbeat.
This is post a certain day as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're a bit more alleged about that, maybe.
But it's a Christmassy movie.
Christmas fine. Okay, the Baby Jesus-ometer is running low.
And they do a bit of a Peter Pan.
I do believe in Jesus.
No, I do.
I do
believe in Santa.
I do. Okay, fine.
Let's keep the Christmas cheer alive.
But then it just feels like it wraps up so quickly. And also, people get there fast. There's a crowd forming, but no one goes into Central Park to find out what it is.
No.
Everyone stays on the edge of Central Park. And it's just like, don't want to go over there.
And people are fucking nosy. Come on.
Yeah. A news reporter goes, okay, the object's landed in Central Park and we're not going to go over to see what it is. News report. Anchorman established this.
Yeah.
If there's something going on, the camera people and news reporters would stop at nothing to get that scoop.
Yeah, to get those images.
Yeah. So what the fuck are we doing on the edge of Central Park?
No, they'd be all up in your business.
Yeah. It just does. It rubs me up the wrong way. All this.
I mean, we get that it's a Christmas film, it's fancy, it's supposed to be nice, but when you're already kind of out of the film,
yeah,
it just adds to it even more.
But it doesn't. It's not helped by the fact. Okay, there's a Grinch thing happening where there's like, okay, this the bit with the sled and whatever. We get everyone singing. Oh, what song is it? Santa Claus is coming
to town.
Yeah. And like Zoe Deschanel starts it, sing it loud for all to hear, whatever you said earlier.
But it's not a long song. It's a couple of lines at best. So they must have been singing that over and over again for how long? I'd have got through maybe 2 choruses and gone, I'm going home.
I'd say it's probably 2 lines longer than Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes.
Maybe.
So you just sing that over and over again. But it works. Christmas cheer goes up the roof, through the roof. But then there's a bit with James Caan. I'm sorry to bring him up again. But he's sort of like miming along, and it's just like James Caan is not acting in that. James Caan does not like Christmas songs.
He does not know those words.
Yeah, absolutely. He's never sung a Christmas song in his life, James Caan. Anyway, and then he's like, Dad, you're not singing the Christmas song. And then he starts singing Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and then that's the last bit of Christmas cheer that Santa needs to get his sleigh up and running again. Mm-hmm. Fuck me, we made it.
Yay! But that last bit feels like such a slog. And
yeah.
I don't know why, because it's so fast-paced. Why is it dragging?
What does it do with its runtime? We have a good 20 minutes in the North Pole,
mm-hmm.
and then we've got all this New York stuff, but I feel like it was just washing over me.
Yeah.
And then occasionally, I do like the bit where he gets run over by the car just as we're crossing the road and he gets hit by the taxi. But then we get all the stuff in the mail room because Buddy's working for James Caan now.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, it's just drained of colour that a Christmas film should pop.
Well, that's the idea. This stuff at the North Pole pops. Everything to do with Christmas is popping. It's the real world that isn't.
Yeah, but for a Christmas movie, it doesn't work. Home Alone pops. Home Alone pops. Bloody Home Alone 2 even pops.
Does the Polar Express pop?
The Polar Express is famous for popping. They can't stop that film from popping. They should have called it...
Fucking shit. I can't wait to review that.
Oh, God, I'm going to rip that one a new one. But... we've picked some really shit Christmas movies this year. Yeah, sorry. Oops.
So, sorry anybody listening to this who was expecting from me and you to go, oh, this is the best thing ever.
It's fucking not.
Sorry, we don't love it as much as you guys.
And honestly, the more I think about it, the more annoyed I get and the less I like it.
I think it's because you are a big lover of the musical.
I haven't seen the musical.
Yeah, but you're almost off book listening to the musical.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought this would be better. And I thought that when I first watched it, and I think it now.
Mm. It's not one that I come back to every year.
Okay.
And nor is it going to be.
May I pose a question to you?
Yes.
We started watching Jack Frost the other day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one where Michael Keaton's a snowman?
Mm-hmm.
That bit of Jack Frost, did you find that more Christmassy than anything in this?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
It had more heart as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although I think that's shit.
What the fuck? not Michael Keaton's a snowman, Jack Frost.
That's also terrifying.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's scary, and he looks like Jonathan Bailey a little bit. But when he's a snowman, not pre-Michael Keaton. But I don't know. I always thought Elf was better than it is, and I always come back to it, and I'm always disappointed. But
I think that's the thing with Christmas films. I think we watch them with rose-tinted glasses on because we remember the kind of moment. It's who you watch these films with, ultimately. It's those memories that you have. So people will be watching Elf, and they'll be writing Christmas cards or wrapping presents.
Okay.
Or baking. They'll be doing something with family. So I think it's the memories you associate with these movies.
Okay.
As opposed to necessarily the films being good.
So you're saying it's my fault this film is bad?
No, I think that some people can look at it from that perspective.
Yeah.
So I think the same thing's happened with things like Hocus Pocus.
Shit, Hocus Pocus.
With Halloween movies.
Yeah,
but I know for a fact that I come back to The Grinch now, and I have more memories of me watching it with my parents and with my family, and that's where my love of the film comes from, as opposed to when me and you watched it to review it, and we were like, fucking hell, this is hard to get through.
It is hard to get through. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. The problem is, I think this film has trouble with its pacing, whereas The Grinch, which is maybe like 20 minutes longer, doesn't. However, they both feel like a slog when the main character's not on screen.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
They both feel like long movies to me.
They feel the same length.
Yeah.
This is the same length as Muppets Christmas Carol, and there are 0 Muppets in this.
I fucking love the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Why aren't we... Should we do Muppets Christmas Carol instead?
I feel like we should. We should slip that in somewhere.
Okay. We'll slip it in. We'll get it out. Anyway, this is... Okay. Elf. Is it better than Space Jam?
No.
I am going to give it the benefit of the doubt, though.
He is. Will Ferrell is.
Yeah. He's the saving grace.
He's the best thing in this. He's better than Space Jam, but the film itself, take him out? No.
I want to say it's as good as, maybe.
Yeah, if you want to be kind.
Because-
It's Christmas. We'll be
Yeah,
kind.
I'll just throw it an extra half a star. I really love the stuff in... I know you didn't, but I really love the stuff in the North Pole.
Again, that's because you're a cartoon character and you belong there.
Absolutely. And the animation stuff, I'm there for it. All that stuff works. All the stuff where he's a fish out of water trying to get used to New York, that gets a laugh out of me. But none of this does.
Again, it starts falling into Hallmark movie, but without being cosy or cute. I just think it's just a bit bland.
Yeah, I find that. This is the driest thing on the menu.
Problem is, I can't stop thinking about the Christmas Carol that we watched the other day.
Oh, the Jim Carrey
Which
Christmas
was
Carol.
pure nightmare fuel.
Yeah. People forget films are scary sometimes.
But yeah, no. I think cauliflower cheese.
Cauliflower cheese. This is the cauliflower cheese of the meal, guys. And strap in, because it ain't going to get better.
And it'll be some people's favourite.
I know.
But I don't think it's a favourite to everybody. I think if it was to poll it over favourite Christmas films, it'd be in your top 5, but I don't think it'd be number 1. Most people is going to say Home Alone.
Yeah, even Home Alone 2, maybe even Home Alone 3.
No one says Home Alone.
Maybe
3.
Home Alone 4.
No one says that one.
Maybe Home Sweet Home Alone.
No.
Oh my gosh.
The fact that you've seen all of them is disgraceful.
I've seen all of them apart from number 4.
Oh my god. I want
And I'll tell you this, Home Alone 3 is the one I've watched the most.
Right, I'm going to leave you now.
That's just the facts I know. Did I like it? No. Would I watch it? Absolutely. This has been Elf. Merry Christmas.
Have a very, very beautiful Christmas. And please, if you get love out of watching this movie, then just enjoy it.
I see why people do like it, though.
Yeah, it's kind of infectious, but for us, it kind of just sits it just sits kind of in a mid position.
As good as Space Jam, but only because it's Christmas. Happy day. Anyway, I forget what was next. Polar Express. Strap in, guys. It's not going to get easier for any of these Christmas movies.
Oh, it's not, no.
And again, I've only seen it once.
I haven't even seen it all the way through.
Ooh.
I've only caught bits of it when it's been on TV, and I've never been impressed. So I'm absolutely dreading it, because I know I'm going to hate it.
I'm so fucking excited to watch that again with you.
Because I'm just going to be bitching all the way through.
Yeah,
like I was throughout A Christmas Carol.
And I'm sat there like fucking Palpatine, just like, let the anger flow through you.
It's like, what?
Merry Christmas, folks.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.